Okay, we're going to do problem 12.2.9T. And this is a two-way ANOVA. The null hypothesis is that there is no interaction. That's always the case. It's always how we set it up, which means that the alternative is that there is an interaction. And let's open the data. And you can see that it's split up. The software will read it once you open it up. You can see that. It's hard for us to read what's going on, but the responses are in the response column, and then there's row and factor. And so it'll figure everything out. All we have to do is tell it that it's two-way. The responses are in the response column, and the other ones are in the row is in the row, and the columns factor is in the column factor. It's set up. If we're doing it from raw data, when we'd have to figure out what the other numbers or the names were, do it accordingly. But it's done. We compute, and there's our readout. You can see that there's 3 tests. We only do the third one. We go with the interaction. That's the first thing we do. There's a row factor test, a column factor test, and an interaction test. And we're only interested in the interaction primarily. If there is an interaction, that precludes any action individually from the row and column because it precedes them or precludes them by basic. It's all encompassing, so to speak. So let me check the answer. I didn't do that. And then let's go ahead and open up the stats again. So 9.28 is the F test to 2 decimal places. And the p-value is 0 to 3 decimal places. So we will reject the null. There is an interaction. There is sufficient evidence to warrant rejection. There does appear to be an interaction. And that's it. Now, that's the sum total of the test. And once again, we can't go any further, but they're going to ask us to. Watch. See, state the null and alternative hypotheses in the test for the effect from the row factor. No, in this case, the test for the effect from the row factor should not be done because there already is an interaction effect. You can't do it. And they'll keep asking us for the F statistic, can't be done. For the p-value, can't be done. And then they'll say, blah, blah, blah. What's the outcome? There is no outcome because it can't be done. And then they'll repeat themselves for the row or the column factor. Can't be done. So you don't want to miss any points on this one because it's straight up. The interaction takes precedence, which is going to be opposite if you do the next problem, number 10. I believe in that one, there is no interaction, so then you have to do each individual row and column test as a standalone. Okay, so Dr. K over